Alright, hello everyone. I am doing another round of logic bombs. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is not the worst looking. So, effectively, it's a relatively limited number of choices. It's clusters here. You have one cluster here, one here, one here. Logically, it's likely to be all the way through, but you see you have 4 limited to this row, which is interesting because you have more than 4 bombs here. So it's not likely to be aggressively in this. Another thing of note is that there's only one star. Okay. So, means that there has to be open space reaching to the star. We know that we have multiple rows with only one. We know this row has only one open space in it, which is interesting. This row is going to have 3 open spaces. And actually looking at it, we can see, so mostly sealed up top, mostly sealed up layer here too. And then there's just a lot of open space here. And there's also only one wall, but right out the gate, there's only 4 slots available, which really restricts it. And we know that most likely this is not going to be the one slot. I'm sorry, we don't necessarily know that's going to be a wall, but I think it's likely that that's not going to be. Okay. Could run it all the way down this way, which would then give me that 9 right out the gate. But if that was the case, you can see here immediately, you would not have anything for these to go to. So that, I think, is unlikely for that reason. Then leaves you in an interesting situation of this most likely going this way, because these would be forced to go up this way. This then taking the remainder. Now, I only have one wall in this entire area. And we know we have one that would be required there. Actually, considering what we know, likely has to be right there as well. Because if it isn't, then it would hit those cats. Also know that that would likely be a forced solution as well. We have too many here, so I can't make a decision yet. And I also know that has to be one as well, as there's only one spot available. I also know that one of these has to be taken. Most likely I would assume it would be this one, considering the 9 versus 1, but that's not necessarily a given. I actually know these also have to be taken. Could be a real simple that's there. But then there has to be 5 spots in total taken up here. Interesting. Okay. And until we get a white clear through area on this row, we don't know where this single open space is going to be for this. See, and we know that there's one more. Actually, we know it can't be there because otherwise there'd be no space. That's not actually. No, that actually is likely true because those bombs would separate out the way. Considering what I know, it's likely that there would be some degree of separation over here. Potentially that there would be one up here. But again, actually, yeah, I do know. That would have to be that way because it needs two. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, starting to get a couple answers here. Once again, no, we don't know that because we have that one there. And likewise here, can't make that assessment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, can this not be a solution? Yeah, I don't think this can be a solution because there's not enough spaces. Because if I take that right out the gate, if I just, let's assume the bombs are right, let's just take the hard points that I know are going to be set that way. And then I would know that would have to go that way, which would force these two situations to be true. I would also know that would have to occur in order to prevent that rule from being broken. Since this is 4, that would have to break that way. Yeah, and because that force, it can't be correct. So, my bomb solution is flawed. Okay, now, back to the beginning. Coming through this way. If this was the case, right, that would immediately clear this out. That would put this here, forcing this situation. Yeah, can't work because of that. So now let's say we go this way. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Okay. Then we would have this right out the gate. These two would still be forced solutions regardless. Okay. I don't think this can be a solution. Or maybe, well, let's not rush to conclusions. Actually, that would be forced there. Wait, why is that there? I must have accidentally clicked that. I know these have to be here somewhere. Can't. Actually, that has to be that way. Because no other solution would actually prevent the bombs from hitting. There we go. That was a very smooth puzzle. I like that one compared to the previous ones. Some of them were pretty rough there for a minute, but that was a really good, just logical flow. So, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 complete. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Even though me stating it is extremely cringe, this is by far the best series that I've ever done as far as people actually enjoying watching. I know if I was talking about purely effective, what do you call it, engagement strategies with viewership, I'd be doing all this at the start and trying to lure people in, but that's just, I don't know. I feel scummy enough just doing it this way, but I know that if I really want this to kind of grow, this is the best way to go about it, at least by my principles. So, yeah, thank you everyone that's bothered to stick around to the end. And I hope that you guys will enjoy my stuff. Adios.